Great thing about the internet is it's kind of built around principles of decentralization. So no single company or server is responsible for it. In terms of .ie, we would be listed as an operator of an essential service. .ie is the manager country code top level domain. So we look after all of the domains that end in .ie, all ends up in our system, and we push that out across the world so that people can get access. The internet ecosystem would start at the top with ICANN, who would be responsible for policy and for bringing a lot of key stakeholders together. They have a function called IANA, who then distribute the IP addressing to different entities such as .es, .ie as ourselves. All of those different country codes, they all are part of a group called Centre.
Centre is a community of mainly European registries, such as .ie, that come together to share their experiences and learnings. Centre stands for Council of European National Top-Level Domain Registries. We can easily learn from other members because we are not competitors. We share our strategies, we share the challenges that we all have.
We then don't deal directly with the public, so we would use what are called registrars who would sell to the public domain names and websites. And then you've got the registrants, who are the person on the street that buys the domain name.
The role of our registrar is to be the intermediary or the link between the consumer, our customers, and the IE registry. We would traditionally have looked at larger businesses and organisations being the ones that would have a .ie domain, but that has completely changed. It's much more accessible to the ordinary person.
We've always worked really closely with .ie. We have a common desire. It's about balancing getting businesses online with keeping people visiting the internet as safe and secure as we can make it.
So the typical process to register a .ie domain starts with checking whether the domain name is available, choosing a created registrar. The next step is to provide the required information, a proof for personal or commercial ID, and connection to Ireland. For example, passport ID, serial number, or a VAT number, or a trademark. .ie domain name is managed locally, and it's Ireland specific, which signals trust and local presence for Irish customers. Every registration is validated, which adds an extra layer of security, credibility, and reduces the risk for fraudulent activities.
We would obviously collaboratively work with a lot of our partners to stay at the forefront of internet security. We've worked with the NCSC, all of these partners, and partners across Europe to measure websites against internet standards to ensure that when people visit or interact with .ie websites, they can feel confident and safe online. A huge part of that is obviously the data that we collect. We have what we call a scorecard, where we look at things like how Ireland is thriving online. So we try and look at how well Ireland's doing in terms of internet security standards. So the key thing we try and do with complex data to make it more understandable is storytelling. Part of that is visual storytelling.
The data sounds complex, but it is not that complex. The data which we have is both external and internal. So we have the external data, which is we crawl the data from the domains which are already registered in .ie. So internal data consists of domain data. So once you register domain with us, your domain lifecycle, when your domain is due to renew, what stage of life your domain is kind of all the data which the registry database have. We also get technical information, whether it is does that website has SSL, TLS, MX records, hosting or not. So those kind of information makes our data very enriched and very useful for further analysis and giving back to the community.
We've been leading the way for 25 years running this registry. We know this game. For the next 25 years, we envision .ie playing a central role in Ireland's digital ecosystem.